this video, we are going to take a close look at a castle we visited back in 2015, Burgruine Balduinseck. Balduinseck is located in the Rhineland-Palatinate in Germany. It is a small castle, simple in design, but when contrasted against other castles from the medieval German Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, it is somewhat unique. This map is zoomed into a portion of Rhineland-Palatinate located between the Mosel and Rhine rivers. The red markers are castles I have been to. The blue markers are castles I've located on maps and aerial photos that are listed in the Burgen des Deutschen Mittelalters Grundriss Lexikon, or Castles of the German Middle Ages Floor Plan Lexicon. Burgruine Balduinseck is the red marker the blue arrow is pointing at. As you can see, it is located by itself in an area away from both the Mosel and the Rhine. Balduinseck was built in 1325 by Archbishop Balduin of Trier from the House of Luxembourg. This castle is unique because it does not have a Bergfried, a keep. It has a Wohnturm, a residential tower. Most castles from the medieval Holy Roman Empire have a Bergfried. It is my understanding that Wohnturm, or residential towers, are a castle feature more commonly seen in France. There were thousands of castles built that date to the medieval Holy Roman Empire era, which covered an area that includes modern Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, northern Italy, the Czech Republic, parts of Poland, and even France in the beginning. There are estimates that there are around 25,000 castles in Germany alone, although this number includes palaces and fortified houses and other castle-like buildings, which are not really castles, but I won't get into that in this video. I have visited 144 castles that date to the medieval Holy Roman Empire. I am no statistician, and I doubt 144 out of potentially tens of thousands is a good sample size, but I believe the 144 castles I have visited is more or less a random sample. 32.6%, so about 33% of the medieval Holy Roman Empire castles that I have visited have no Bergfried and no Wohnturm. The following are two examples of castles with no Bergfried and no Wohnturm. The first is Burg Hoch Osterwitz, located in the Austrian state of Carinthia, about 20 miles north of the border with Slovenia. This castle was pretty incredible, sitting on top of a solid rock hill. Each of those buildings along the road to the top are gatehouses. You definitely get the impression this castle would have been easy to defend. The second castle is Burg Hohenzollern, located in the German state of Baden-Württemberg. What you see here is a 19th century rebuild of a former medieval castle ruin. If you have never been to Burg Hohenzollern, you should make plans to go. (59.7%), so about 60% of the medieval Holy Roman Empire castles that I have visited have at least one Bergfried and no Wohnturm. Here are 4 examples of castles with one or more Bergfried and no Wohnturm. The first is Burg Baldenau, located in Germany's Rhineland-Palatinate. Baldenau is a small castle, but unique for having a moat, which is rare in Germany. While it is more typical to see a Bergfried in the center of a castle, this one is in the back, and it is incorporated into the outer wall. The second is the Ehrenburg, located not far from the Mosel River and also is in the Rhineland-Palatinate. Ehrenberg has a really amazing double tower Bergfried. The third example of a castle with one or more Bergfried and no Wohnturm is Burg Munzenberg with its 2 Bergfried. Burg Munzenberg is located in the state of Hesse in Germany. Aaron and I really enjoyed visiting this castle. Munzenberg deserves its own video, and we are hoping to get back here on our next trip to Germany. The fourth is Burg Alt-Windeck with its 2 Bergfried, located in the German state of Baden-Württemberg. You can see here a floor plan of the castle. Alt-Windeck may be the first castle I ever visited, or possibly the second. It's hard to remember. It is located on the edge of the Black Forest, overlooking the town of Buell and the Rhine Valley. 2.1%, so about 2% of the medieval Holy Roman Empire castles I have visited have at least 1 Bergfried and 1 Wohnturm. Burgruine Arnstein is located on the edge of the Harz Mountains in Saxony-Anhalt, about 10 miles southeast of the incredible half-timbered town of Quedlinburg. This is a good example of a castle that contains both a Bergfried and a Wohnturm. In this case, the Bergfried and the Wohnturm are connected. What you see here is the stairwell that connected all of the floors of the Wohnturm. This is inside the Wohnturm. 5.6%, so about 6% of the medieval Holy Roman Empire castles I have visited have at least 1 Wohnturm and no Bergfried. This is Reichsburg Trifels, also located in the Rhineland-Palatinate. This is a good example of a 1 Wohnturm castle. I've always thought this castle looks a lot like the top of Minas Tirith. The Wohnturm is the large building behind the foreground buildings. So only 7.7%, about 8% of the castles have a Wohnturm. Burgruine Balduinseck is one of them. Here is my mom, Mary, walking in front of the castle. That's my brother Sterling.
So you can do like the opposite, but I suck at that.
Erin is talking about her trekking poles.
And it really just is supposed to give you an extra balance on like flat surface. Because I have the little footies on the bottom, so they're not punching into the ground.
Alterations were made to the castle in the 16th century. During the 17th century, the castle fell into ruin. Here is my mom in the background and Erin in the foreground walking around the castle's inner ward. My brother Sterling is on the left and I am on the right. If you listen, you can hear buzzing. I am so panicked about a giant beehive, I can't come up with the word hive. Stay on this side. There's a giant bees nest up in there. So I don't think you want to aggravate those guys. The residential tower, or Wohnturm, is 14.4 by 22.7 meters in cross-section with a wall thickness of 1.7 to 2.5 meters and has 4 floors at a total height of 18 meters. The spiral staircase is in the northwest corner of the west wall. I am on the left, Aaron is in the middle, and Sterlin is on the right. The Wohnturm had round towers at each of the corners. If you made it this far, don't forget to support this channel by hitting the subscribe button.